Hey guys, this is Mr. Pogo. It's actually been a few years since I've done one of these videos, and I don't know. I just figured now it's time as any to do a new one. Because I was watching this and seeing people making all these idiotic comments about stuff I had said, and so I'm gonna address the first one with wild kidification, and him pointing out to me that "Am I Evil" wasn't from Load and Saint Anger. Well, well, for one, I know that, and you missed my point. Two, Load. It's not even from Garage Incorporated. It's from Garage Inc. It's actually from it's the Whiplash EP B side. It's not even from Garage Incorporated. It goes back to all the 1981 or 82, and it was also on for Garage Inc. It was also on Kill 'Em All. And if you find very early pressing of Kill 'Em All, you won't even find Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg on it. Blitzkrieg and Am I Evil were added later, so it shows how much you really know. And I just like to point that out. In fact, speaking of Am I Evil, if you could find vinyl, which geez, that'd be even rare now. I'm sure they're super rare now. You find a vinyl pressing of Am I Evil, of not Am I Evil, Jesus, of Kill 'Em All that doesn't have, you know, Blitzkrieg and Am I Evil on it. It used to be it used to be a pretty big collector's item. It was actually worth was actually worth a few bucks. So there's some maybe some people can look for out there if you're collectors of that stuff, because it's definitely worth a few bucks, and it's actually kind of cool. Because there was actually a limited pressing, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't a big one with that on it, and that's why you find so many with Blitzkrieg and Am I Evil, and you can't find it without it. And yeah, and Mr. Metallica, I mean, Load and Reload, I guess they're badass to some people. They really weren't to me. Yeah, it was really an heavy shit back in the day, and when Load and Reload came out, right up to that point, like I was probably the biggest Metallica fan you could ever meet. I'd seen them play a bunch of times, and fucking loved them. And there was just nothing better in the world to me than Metallica albums. However, Load and Reload pretty much killed that. I mean, there's only 3 good songs on both albums. In fact, I don't even own the discs. I refuse to buy them. And the best of that shit is in no particular order. It's Until It Sleeps, King Nothing, and Ain't My Bitch. The rest of it, absolute crap. Absolute crap. And also, wild kidification. And you're actually referring to my comment about, oh, there's only one shitty song from Load, and there's nothing from Saint Anger. And there might be something from Saint Anger, but I don't own the album, so I really don't know. I really don't know for sure if any of those songs are on Saint Anger. However, like the only song from Load is Fuel, which is funny to me because Fuel is such an awful song. And Metallica, and this is in Europe. So, and several years ago, Metallica wasn't even playing Fuel in Europe. Instead of playing Fuel in Europe, they were playing the song "Ride the Lightning," and only on the American dates of that tour were they playing Fuel. So I mean, that just shows you like what good taste the European audience has, and what crap Americans will listen to. I can't believe people don't know the Freight Ends Insanity. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. What actually is unbelievable to me that Metallica fans do not know Freight Ends Insanity, especially a guy who calls himself Metal Drummer. Because I mean, I don't know. I guess for somehow or other, you guys don't own Injustice for All. I mean, big Metallica fans. I would think you guys would know. Yeah, Injustice for All. I mean, it was like their first platinum selling disc. No, I'm sorry. Actually, it was their second one. The first one was actually Master of Puppets, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about this. Master of Puppets went platinum at some point before they even had and that album obviously had 0 radio airplay. It had like no radio support, like completely underground, and ended up selling 1 million copies. So I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. I remember reading this a long time ago. So I don't know if I'm wrong. Someone point me in the right direction and tell me I'm wrong. I believe technically Master of Puppets was their first platinum album, and it and when Just for All was number two. But if Justice for All is number one, then Master of Puppets went number when. There's no Master Just for All actually came first. I'm trying to get my thoughts here. If Justice for All became the first was first, then Master Puppets was a close second. And Master Puppets, like I said, had no radio airplay. It was only listened to by kids who were like true metalheads and everything else. So, I mean, like Metallica. My whole point is Metallica. Although I know they were huge, and obviously people who didn't grow up in the 80s don't know this. They were so big. And they're so big. They headline tours, they headline festivals and stuff in the early mid 80s and everything. I mean, they were a band that probably never had to sell out and create radio hits to be super successful. I mean, as much as I love them, I would say that I was always happy that they got that success. But really, and if you're a fan since like whatever the mid to late 80s, like I was, I mean, and you followed them from since back then, like you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They were something else. They were putting out good music, great music. I mean, if you don't own, obviously there's somebody out there that doesn't own Justice for All. But if you don't own you don't own the Justice album, and you don't own Kill 'Em All. I'm not a big fan of Kill 'Em All. I'm not gonna hate I don't hate the album. I hate Load and Reload. But I mean, like you can buy Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, and Justice, and now throw in the Black Album. I'm sure you people have this out there. So if you don't own Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, and Justice, like go download them. Even buy them. Do something novel these days. Buy an album instead of just downloading it for free, and you'll hear the best stuff they ever fucking put out, bar none. Bar none. So much good stuff. Fade to Black, Sanitarium, From the Bell Tolls, the song Ride the Lightning, Master Puppets, Disposable Heroes. I might have said that already. Battery, Leper Messiah. There's so much good stuff. Call of Cthulhu. The instrumentals Call of Cthulhu and Orion are just phenomenal. I mean, that's just go do yourself a favor if you don't own them or if you never listen to them all the way through. Go download them, listen to them all the way through. I mean, I don't know, unless you're like a pussy or something that only likes that doesn't like the heavy stuff. Ooh, then I guess you're gonna fucking hate them. But I'm telling you, man, you can't find anything better. And that's all I gotta say, man. Old Metallica for life, and fucking screw some of the shit they've done in the last 10 years. Because originally, much as I hated the Black Album, and I still can't stand Enter Sandman, and Nothing Else Matters. Those songs were so beaten to death. I'm tired of hearing them. I don't even like every song that was on that album, but those songs. Anything, man. Give me anything like a Wolf and Man, or fucking Of the God That Failed. Holier Than Thou. Anything, man. Anything with those songs, man. They're so terrible. Listening to them. Sad But True is good. Fucking Unforgiven's good. I mean, just anything with those two songs and Fuel. And anything off the Low Down. Forget. And so those three that I mentioned, which was, in case you're not paying attention, was Eat My Bitch, Until It Sleeps, and King Nothing. So I don't know, my 10 minutes is almost up. If you've gotten this far and you actually watched all this, congratulations. I'm not going to do 45 minutes worth of video like I did on with some other topics, but I don't know. This is Mr. Bogus signing off, man. You guys have a good night.